Welcome everybody to the community-wide meditation. It's wonderful to see everybody, and amen to all the wonderful blessings coming in. It's great to see folks from zooming in from different communities in different parts of the country. If you're just coming on, you're welcome to type into the chat a blessing, a kavanah, a prayer, or just a greeting, well-wishing, and let us know where you are and if you're from one of the partner communities. I want to welcome all the partner communities along with everyone and give them gratitude and thanks for co-sponsoring this community-wide Jewish meditation. Aleph, Alliance for Jewish Renewal, Beit Ahava in Northampton, Massachusetts, Congregation Bet Shalom here in Tucson, Congregation Kol Shofar in Tiburon, California, Sons of Israel in Nyack, New York, Chavar Ashir Chadash in Ashland, Oregon, Interfaith Paths to Peace in Louisville, Kentucky, Joliet Jewish Congregation in Illinois, Jewish Community Center of the East Bay in Berkeley, and Kol HaEmek in Mendocino County, California, Kol Israel Congregation also in Louisville, and Temple Sinai in Oakland. I saw a few Temple Sinai folks writing in. Tucson Jewish Community Center here in Tucson, and Urban Adamah, Berkeley. May it be soon that it's not possible to read all the names, but I still can. I'd like to do a chant tonight for the month of Av. We are past the pinnacle of that mourning period, which is associated with Av. Av, as you probably know, is associated with various tragedies that happened in history, and therefore the energy of the month has to do with being aware of the impermanence of everything, that all of the forms that we cherish the most, that we come to cherish in our life, they persist for some time, and that's part of what makes them so precious, is that things come into being and they go out of being. And so to have that sense of appreciation for the impermanence, and of course the counterpoint to that awareness of impermanence is the awareness of what we can call reality, or the field of being or existence, that which is not impermanent, that the background against which all things come and all things go, including ourselves. We arise out of what we call the divine, or being, or existence, or reality. We're not separate from that in any way. And part of the wisdom of the Jewish tradition, having this time period which deliberately commemorates loss and mourning, is not just an appreciation that that's part of life, but also really that in allowing ourselves to feel fully everything, including our pain, we can come to know ourselves more completely as that which feels. Because that which is feeling the pain is actually not in pain. It's actually not something that's temporary. It's a manifestation of the mystery. We don't know what it is, but it's the eternal background against which all things come and go, and our local manifestation and experience of that is our own awareness. That's the open field, the field of presence, the field of consciousness, within which everything in our lives is being felt, perceived, thought about, encountered, and all the things that make up our lives. So we have that counterpoint between the eternal dimension, the timeless, and also the temporary and the temporal and the impermanent. So our chant for the month of Av, associated with the letter NUN, the Hebrew letter NUN, is may sound a little bit supplicatory or self-deprecatory. It comes from a prayer which says, it's an acknowledgement basically of not being entitled. We have so much, we have such a tendency to be entitled. We get used to things being a certain way, and then if they're taken away, we say, how dare it be different? How dare we not have this, or how dare you do that? And so the energy of this prayer, whether you relate to when you see the English translation to it, some people might be a little turned off by that, some people not, I don't know. But it's important to get the real message of the prayer, which is to say, look, I'm not guaranteed anything. I'm not entitled. It's not because I'm so wonderful, because I'm so righteous that, that I'm experiencing all the blessing that I'm experiencing right now. And that's really the key, is just getting down to basics and experiencing our very existence, our breath that we're taking in this moment, as a blessing and a gift. And that's an expression of compassion. We can receive that as an expression of love from the universe. It's not projection, it's a decision of how to receive this moment. So give me a little thumbs up if you can see Av at the top of the page. Great. Okay. Okay. The first word there, if you're looking at the transliteration or the Hebrew, it says NUN, which is the name of the letter NUN. The name of the letter NUN represents these qualities of impermanence, of the temporal, but also our return to the eternal. That when we have to let go of things, when we experience the ending of things, which is what the month of Av is about, before we go into the period of renewing in the beginning of things with Rosh Hashanah. So nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Not upon our own merits do we cast our supplications before you. Lo al tzidkotenu anachnu mapilim tachanunenu lefanecha, before you, ki al rachamecha harabim, but because of your abundant compassion. That's the spirit that we're seeking to unlock with these words. So as you chant, don't worry about if you chant in tune or not, because we're all on mute, so no one's going to be bothered. Let yourself sing out and feel those words vibrating in your bodies. More about feeling the words than thinking about the meaning of them so much. Nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lo atzidkotenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lefanecha, ki al rachamecha harabim. Nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lo atzidkotenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. ki al rachamecha harabim. One more time, now that you've heard it a few times, really let your bodies vibrate with the words. Nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Nun tachanunenu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lo atzit koteinu, anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lefanecha, ki al rachamecha harabim. And preparing to come into meditation, just a reminder to check and make sure that your devices are on Do Not Disturb or sound turned off, whatever you need to do. And bringing your body into a comfortable but alert position, back relatively straight. Bringing forth the attitude of offering your attention to the fullness of this moment as it appears right now. Just as you would listen to someone that you love who needs to talk to you, and you just give them your attention without any expectation of what's happening next. You're just there to listen. That's how we try to bring ourselves to the moment, is just to be with the moment, and that's it. So bringing the right hand to your heart, expressing that kavanah of offering attention from your heart with lecha and a long out breath. Deep breath in, lecha. Bringing left hand to your belly, feeling awareness flowing down into your belly, connecting with your organs, permeating your organs, flowing downward through your legs to your feet and toes, so that the whole lower part of your body is filled with attention, attentiveness, consciousness. And feeling that awareness flowing upward into your chest, shoulders and neck, upper back, flowing down through your arms, hands and fingers. Feeling that flow of your breathing, taking a nice deep breath. Letting that sensation of the flow of breath be all the entertainment you need for now. Just that flow. Awareness also arising into your face, facial muscles, brain and nervous system, letting your eyes just be closed or unfocused. Of course, you can open them if you need to see the words, but the words are fairly simple, so you probably don't need to see them for very long. Just letting your eyes be closed, letting go of that compulsive need to look at things outside you, and just being that open, relaxed presence in the body, bringing a little smile to your lips to bring forth that spirit of loving benevolence, life in the body, in the temple of the body. Na'aseh, deep breath in. And finally, bringing right hand to lightly touch your forehead, left hand still on your belly. And the awareness that's in your body, keeping that awareness in your body, but also shining out like light beyond your body into space, feeling consciousness as radiant spaciousness, a boundless field with no shape, no bounds, no border. Knowing that the entire outer world, the sounds, the objects, the light, the dark, the field, the space, the support below your body, everything out there is actually being perceived inside the field of awareness, not outside. And you are actually this field within, but infinitely beyond the body. You are this vast open spaciousness. Venishma, deep breath in. Venishma. And kissing your fingers, relaxing your hands in your lap, letting them be unencumbered. Again, letting eyes just be closed or unfocused as we come to chant Atyahu, which just is like a very simple prayer. You, meaning all of what is perceived on the outside and the inside. You are the divine. You who are not separate from this consciousness that we are hearing these words right now. You are the divine. Letting your mind rest in the words, letting go of the stream of thinking, and just coming into that palace of Atyahu. 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 And as we come into silence, just letting the mind continue to resonate with the repetition of Atyahu just on the mental level. Atyahu. It doesn't matter if you're singing it in your mind or just saying it. It doesn't matter so much if it's fast or slow or if it changes. The main thing is to remain aware, to be awake, to notice when thoughts come into your mind. When those thoughts come, there's no need to push them away. Just let them be. They will dissipate on their own. All that you need to do is just notice them and then bring the mind back gently but firmly to that point of attention, Atyahu, and we'll come into silence for about 15 minutes. tachanunenu. Nun tachanunenu. Anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lo atzit kotenu. Anachnu mapilim tachanunenu. Lefanecha ki al rachamecha harabim. And closing the meditation, once again bringing your right hand to your heart, taking that attitude of offering your attention to this to the fullness of this moment with lecha, deep breath in, lecha, and bringing left hand to your belly, awareness filling up the vessel of your body with consciousness. Consciousness inhabiting the temple of the body. Naaseh. Naaseh. And bringing right hand to lightly touch your forehead, awareness shining outward into space, vast and boundless field of consciousness that you are. Venishma, deep breath in. Venishma. And kissing your fingers, relaxing your hands as we prepare to go back to our activities or beginning of inactivities for the evening. May we remain connected with this kavanah of fully taking advantage of every experience that arises, both pleasant and unpleasant, both joyful and mournful, by being present with it, by being that consciousness behind the experience and coming to know ourselves more and more deeply as that space. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen.
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 Amen. And you are invited and welcome to type in the names of those for whom you'd like to make a healing prayer. And as we see the names come through on the chat, we hold all of the individuals that are brought in by each of us for Refuah Shalema, El Na Rafana La, let there be a new flow of healing. El Na Rafana La, El Na Rafana La. Refana la, el na refana la. Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu v'Imotenu, shetishlach mehiru refuah shalema, refuat nefesh u'refuat haguf lechol hacholim. May there be a complete healing of body, mind, and spirit to all who we hold in our prayers and all who are in need. And we say, Amen.
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 Amen. Amen. And we're going a little bit over time, so if you have to leave, we wish you a beautiful evening. Those who are staying on, you're invited to rise, embody your spirit. If you would like to say Kaddish, if you're mourning the loss of a loved one from the last 11 months, or observing a yard site, the anniversary of a death, you're invited to type in the names of those for whom you're making Kaddish in the chat. And those who are saying Kaddish, you can say it together on mute. But I'll invite Ruth Barham, who's saying Kaddish for her sister, to lead us in the Kaddish. Those who are not saying Kaddish, please briefly unmute yourselves for the responses. Okay. Ruth, are you ready?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
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 V'yamad divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael. V'agala u'vizman karib v'yimru. Amen.
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 Yehei Rabba mevorach leolam olamei omaya.
Maya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu.
Richu.
Cool.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
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 Yehei shlama rabba min
Laba
shemaya
Maya.
v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
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 Ose shalom
Shalom.
Romav Hu
Say shalom. Aleinu.
Ya'kol Yisrael v'ya'kol Yoshvei Tevel v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ruth, for leading us in the Kaddish. May you and all who are in mourning feel the support of this pop-up community, supporting you in the Kaddish, and also may everybody feel the support of this community for your practice. May we all go forth and continue to put some time in every day to our meditation. I want to thank once again all the partner communities, and it's so wonderful to be with this group. If anybody is interested, those who are not so connected to Torah of Awakening, if you'd like to be more connected, we do meditate every day on Zoom. We're in the morning/afternoon, depending on where you live in the country. And you can also learn more about the practice we did, which was the 3 portals with a touching of the head, all this business. You can learn more about that and how that helps us to come into a deeper state of presence as well. All of that on the website, torahofawakening.com. So I'll just put that in the chat. There it is, torahofawakening.com. And I'm going to change my view so I can see you all, but I'm going to stop the live stream first. So in case you don't want your face on there. So long.